So, you're on this incredible journey to build your family through surrogacy or egg donation. But wow, there are a lot of details, right? Today, we're going to tackle one of those line items that often pops up and makes people scratch their heads: the outside monitoring fee. Let's get right into what it is and why it's actually super important. Okay, picture this. You're looking at the cost breakdown for your journey, and it's just this long, kind of overwhelming list of terms and numbers. As you're trying to figure it all out, there's this one line item that probably makes you stop and go, huh. And there it is, outside monitoring fee. And the number next to it, it's not small. So you're probably thinking, okay, what is this? Really? What am I paying for here? And do we actually need it? And listen, you're not alone in asking that. Not at all. So let's answer that question. What is this fee and why is it a part of your journey? We're going to break it down nice and simple. Well, when you really get down to it, the whole idea behind this fee is actually pretty simple. It's all about solving a really common problem in modern family building: distance. So, outside monitoring is pretty much what it sounds like. It just means your surrogate or your egg donor can get all their routine medical checkups done at a local clinic, one that's super convenient for them instead of having to travel all the way to the main IVF center for every single appointment. And we're not talking about just minor check-ins here. These are the essential appointments. We're talking about blood tests to keep a close eye on hormone levels, ultrasound scans to make sure the uterine lining is just right, or for egg donors to monitor follicle development. It's all about keeping the medical cycle perfectly in sync, even from hundreds of miles away. Okay, so that's the what. Now, how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's look at two scenarios: surrogacy and egg donation, because the way it's used is a little different for each. So here's the quick and dirty version. For a surrogate, it's usually about making life easier for her with all those routine checks, especially if she lives far away. For an egg donor, it's a bit more specific. It's used to cut down on the amount of time she has to be away from home right before the egg retrieval. Let's make this super clear with an example. Imagine your surrogate lives in Arizona, but your main IVF clinic, that's in Los Angeles. I mean, it's just not realistic to ask her to make that drive or flight for every single appointment, right? And this is where outside monitoring is a total game changer. She can just pop over to a trusted local clinic in Arizona for her blood work and ultrasounds before the big transfer, and for those super important early pregnancy tests right after. The clinic sends the results straight to LA. It's just so much more efficient and way less disruptive for her daily life. Okay, now let's switch gears to an egg donor. Let's say she lives in Chicago, but the retrieval has to happen at your clinic way over in San Diego. Her stimulation cycle requires really frequent monitoring, like every couple of days. And here's where you can really see the magic. Instead of flying her out to San Diego for 2 whole weeks, she can do that first week of hormone shots and monitoring right from her home in Chicago. Then she only has to travel to San Diego for the last few days before the retrieval. Think about it. That's a huge savings in travel time, hotel costs, and time she has to take off from her own life. All right, let's talk about the money, the part everyone is wondering about. How much does this cost, and who actually pays for it? So typically, you're going to see the outside monitoring fee fall somewhere in the range of $1,000 to $3,000 per cycle. The final number really depends on what the local clinic charges and, how many appointments are needed. That, of course, brings us to the next big question. Who foots the bill for this? And the answer here is pretty straightforward. The intended parents cover the outside monitoring fees. It's just considered a standard part of the overall medical expenses for the journey. So, I know it's a cost, but it's really important to think about it differently. This isn't just some extra charge. It's an investment in making this whole complicated medical process run smoother and simpler for everyone. And when you look at it that way, the benefits are just undeniable, right? It cuts down on travel big time. It saves time and, honestly, probably money on things like flights and hotels. It makes sure that all the delicate medical timing stays perfectly on track. And maybe the most important thing, it minimizes stress for the amazing woman, your surrogate or your donor, who is helping you build your family. When you get right down to it, this fee isn't just a fee. It's a modern, efficient, and compassionate way to handle a process that needs incredible coordination. It's a solution that makes the whole journey more manageable, and it keeps everyone focused on that beautiful end goal. And that's really what this is all about, isn't it? Understanding the why behind every little detail, including the outside monitoring fee, gives you clarity. And it's that clarity that builds the confidence you need for the incredible journey you have ahead of you.